All right, let's dive right in. Today, we've got a short but honestly an incredibly powerful story for you. It's all about ambition, hard work, and the pretty unexpected ways our dreams can come true. Let's get into the tale of the Shepherd King. At its very core, this whole thing is a story about a dream. One of those really vivid, life-altering dreams that it sets a whole new course for everything that comes after. So, picture this. Our story kicks off in a quiet little mountain village. And our hero? He's not some prince or a mighty warrior. Nope. He's a humble shepherd. His days were simple, spent out under the big open sky with pretty much just his flock for company. But here's the thing. This shepherd was kind of living two different lives. By day, he was out there on the mountainside herding his goats, just simple, honest work. But when night came, his mind would travel to this whole other world, a world of kings and palaces, where he dreamt of sitting on a golden throne. And we're not talking about some vague, fuzzy fantasy here. No way. This was a specific, recurring vision. He could see himself on this magnificent golden throne with servants all lined up, just waiting for his command. To him, it felt absolutely real. So one morning, after having this super powerful dream yet again, he woke up. But not with that feeling of, oh, it's just a dream. Instead, he had this profound sense of wonder. He just looked up at the sky, that vision still fresh in his mind, and he asked a question that would change his life forever. This is what he prayed. "Oh God, if this dream is true, show me the way. If it is just hope, then give me the strength of hope." What's so amazing about this is the humility, right? He's not demanding the throne. He's just asking for a path. Or, if that's not possible, just the strength to keep that hope alive. And you know what? An answer did come. But it wasn't what he might have expected. It wasn't some booming voice from the clouds. It came in the form of quiet wisdom from a village elder who saw him up on that mountain, just thinking about his dream. The elder gave him this simple yet totally transformative advice. He said, "Son, if you have the courage to walk towards your dream, take the first step. The rest of the journey will reveal itself." It wasn't about knowing the whole map, you see. It was just about having the guts to start walking. And he really took that advice to heart. This is where the action starts. First, he took a massive risk. He sold his goats. That was his entire livelihood. With that money, he started a business. But his success wasn't some kind of magic trick. It was built on working tirelessly, day in and day out. And this is so important. As he became successful, he made sure to help other people in his community rise up with him. This timeline really drives the point home. His journey was not an overnight success story. Not at all. It all started with that dream, sure, and that dream gave him the courage to take that first step, but that big gap between the first step and the final result, that was filled with years of dedicated, really difficult work. And after all those years of grinding, what happened? He became the most respected and the wealthiest person in his entire village. He had earned a kind of status and influence that, in its own way, really was a form of kingship. The villagers, seeing how far he'd come and what he'd become, they gave him this special name. They called him the Shepherd King. It was the perfect title, wasn't it? It honored both his humble beginnings as a shepherd and the noble, generous character he showed as a leader. But as much as everyone else respected him, the most profound insight, it came from the man himself. When people started calling him by his new title, he had his own way of looking at the journey he'd been on. He would always just smile and say this: "I dreamed of a kingdom, but in reality, God crowned me with hard work." Wow, that's the powerful conclusion right there. The realization that the real prize wasn't the throne he imagined, but the actual journey of effort and dedication itself. So let's just break that down for a second. The crown he dreamed of, it was made of gold, a symbol of status that is given to you. But the real crown, the one he actually earned, that was forged from hard work, a symbol of character that is built. The dream was the spark, for sure, but the work was the true coronation. And that really brings us to a final thought, doesn't it? This story kind of invites us to look at our own lives, our own ambitions, and ask a pretty direct question. What crown are you working towards? Is it the shiny one you see in your dreams? Or is it the one you are building day by day with your own two hands?